podcast, and I'm doing that because being more gesticulating because it's for visual. You're looking at something. You want to look at something while you're listening to something, right? But it's a slow ass fucking computer, and so it's not capturing everything so quickly. So I'm a working class man out here. Don't have the greatest fucking internet, but I'm telling you good information. So really, it's like a podcast. But I try, but I don't know. A lot of times it's like, hey, you just reading shit. Well, fuck you. I'm not perfect. So, 10 reasons why the Israel lobby AIPAC is so dangerous. Okay, so we're talking about Israel. We're talking about Palestine. The genocide has been going on for fucking years, for generations upon generations. It hasn't stopped, right? It hasn't stopped. 1 million dead in Iraq. We invaded another nation, which is what the Nuremberg contract said was inaccurate. So. He did change the game. He says that America is allowed to invade countries now. That's what Bush did. Before, we weren't allowed just to invade anybody, but Bush changed all that, right? When Ronald Reagan, when he wanted to invade a country, he had to do these secret arms deal and shit off to the side, and then when they exposed him for doing the secret arms deal, and then, it was a bad thing, and then he had to, halt all the operations. But in the meantime, they were doing the things like secretly. So before it seemed like there was a movement and you could actually put pressure on the establishment to make sure that they make the right decisions. But now Hunter S. Thompson said that George W. Bush was worse than Nixon. And Nixon was like the fucking demon of the 60s, right? So if he's worse than Nixon, and he is, he hands down is worse than Nixon. Everything the Republicans complain about Obama now was the same shit Bush was doing. The Benghazi, okay, 9/11. You want to talk about Benghazi? Look at 9/11. If that was under Bush's watch, right? So just because you get attacked under your watch, that isn't your fault necessarily. But I hate the fucking partisan bickery because it's just fucking bullshit, right? So, okay, 10 reasons why the Israel lobby AIPAC is so dangerous. AIPAC is lobbying Congress to promote a military confrontation with Iran. So the Iraq war, there was justification that it was all about Israel. Because Israel, America sucks Israel's dick. So the tail can wag the dog. So Israel invades a country. The whole world condemns it. But they say, hey, America, shut your damn mouth. That's what Netanyahu says to Obama. Don't fucking question me again. I told you that I'm allowed to do this shit. Don't you dare question me. And it's like, basically, the Obama is Netanyahu's lapdog. So you want to hate, Obama because he's a black president, all this shit. Fuck your racism. Fuck the bullshit. I can't stand that shit because, this is the same shit that, I don't know, that Bush was doing. But Bush actually is the reason that the democracy happened and that Hamas was elected. So he got, he thought that if they had democracy that it would make the place better. But Hamas is what Netanyahu's been saying has been a terrorist organization the whole time, even though it's elected a government. And recently, because they had chose to join the government, Fatah and Hamas is going to join and have a united Palestine government. That's when Israel went into overtime and started provoking them and doing shit, that was basically like cause for war and shit, right? So I will talk more about that. I'm going to go down this list of the AIPAC list first, okay? So I do want to talk more about the Gaza conflict because I actually want to parse through. They just came out and they said that the Israeli teens was kidnapped by Hamas. So they admitted to doing that. And so that was the entire justification for the war. That was the entire reason for going into fucking Gaza and murdering 2,000 kids and just killing lots of kids, just fucking murdering kids, chopping kids in half, right? Just burning their faces off and, put that fucking white phosphorus and shit. So just doing just horrible fucking, war crimes and shit. Netanyahu controls Bush like baby Bush, like a little bitch, right? And that's why does Obama go along with it? Well, there's many reasons why he goes along with it. To get elected, he promised AIPAC that Jerusalem would be one united, unified city, and some other shit. Sarah Palin, I love Israel. Israel's so good. Yeah, okay, Sarah, that's you're a crazy fucking psycho. Sarah Palin makes me wish, they would bring back the Salem witch burnings, right? Even Robin Williams supported Israel, so I have, fuck him, like, I don't know, yeah, I liked him in life and shit, but the way he went out, fuck you, what a loser, just sitting on your couch, just gonna fucking choke yourself, that's how you're gonna die, So what a douchebag. So fuck him. He's for fucking Israel. He's for the genocide. And I believe that Israel should have a right to exist, just like if the Islamic State, you know, if there's an Islamic State, whatever. I think there's some Islamic states out there, isn't there? Saudi Arabia and that Islamic. Yeah, of course there are. So there's you know, there's other countries that's out there. They could be whatever religion they want to be, but that doesn't. I don't know. So where am I going with this? So AIPAC. Okay, so AIPAC promotes Israel policies that are in direct opposition to international law. AIPAC is lobbying Congress to promote a military confrontation with Iran, right? So that's the reason why we got into the Iraq war, was to protect Israel. It had nothing to do with bin Laden or terrorism. It was all about Israel. That's why we want to go into Iran, all about Israel. Because, you know, Iraq and Iran's close to Israel. They're not close to us. Iraq and Iran don't scare me whatsoever. Even ISIS, you know, who's a terrorist group, and they're wild and psycho and crazy, and they're just keep on taking more and more land and just fucking just, you know, expanding their influence, sphere of influence like crazy fast, okay? Even them. We have a big-ass fucking Atlantic Ocean in between us. But because we, you know, intervene and go stick our fucking faces in, you know, these regions, we have no business being in, reaching our infected hand in foreign lands. So AIPAC is lobbying Congress to promote a military confrontation in Iraq. So Israel gets us into shit that we shouldn't even be getting into. And even if I had a kid, and I love my kid, I'm going to defend my kid no matter what the fuck he does. But I watch my kid, you know, in the beginning, let's hope, let's hope that he hasn't been fucking secretly, you know, a psychopath who just goes around like Jeffrey Dahmer killing neighborhood cats and shit. So if I watch, you know, been raising my kid and watching my kid, I've been watching him do good things for good people. He hasn't been showing any tendencies of being a fucking psycho. If your kid is torturing or hurting pets, your kid's gonna be a fucking psycho. Put a stop to that shit. Jeffrey Dahmer, it wasn't enough. He killed and tortured cats, and then he had to kill people. My point is that if my kid, who I would defend, you know, go to bat, go to the wall, do whatever it is in order to defend. I love my kid. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let anybody pick him or let any unfair situation put him at a disadvantage. But if I watch my kid, say 5 years old, push over a little toddler, just for the hell of it, and takes the candy out of her hand, right? So a little girl, right? Let's change the gender, make her younger, and she's got candy, and there's not only, you know, pushing, bullying, he steals, right? He takes it. So if he was to do that, if I had a little, you know, a kid that I would defend pretty much all the fucking time, it's my fucking baby, it's my kid, fuck you, it's my kid, right? But if I saw them do something wrong, they need to learn that it's wrong, and the 2-year-old isn't going to stand up and do anything about it. And so I think I would have to at least like put a little tap on their hand to get their attention, and it hurts their feelings. Nobody likes to be hit. Nobody does. And so that would get their attention, and then, you know, it's wrong, so they need to know and understand that it's wrong. So, you know, there might have to be something proportional. She might have to hit him back or something, or push him back, and then he'll just sit there and just have to take it, and then that'll be, you know, that's what the fuck it felt like for you. You just don't like to be bullied. You don't like to be someone picking on you. That's what you was doing to them, and so even somebody that I loved did something wrong to somebody else, I'm not going to defend them 100% of the time. That's what America does. America defends anybody and everybody 100% of the time, no matter what the fuck they do. 2,000 fucking kids genocided. Why? Because they said they kidnapped 3 teenagers. Well, what were the teenagers doing? They were settling on Palestinian land, right? So I'm not justifying the kidnapping and the murder. I'm saying Israel used that incident to murder 2,000 of their babies. So 3 Israeli babies, teenagers actually, so they're not babies, okay? They're murdering babies. That's what Israel does. They're the genocidal Nazis. They're Hitler, right? So that's in exchange for 3 Israeli teenagers, they went ahead and killed 2,000 fucking babies, right? So it's not even close to a comparison. It's not even fucking, it's not fair. It's not proportional. You're not aiming, they say they're just throwing the babies into the rockets and shit. They have nowhere else to go. Where the fuck are they supposed to go? They can't go anywhere else. They can't go into, you know, Israel or to Egypt or Jordan or any of the countries. They can't go out the fucking ocean, which is right there on their, you know, on their border. They can't. They're stuck. They're stuck. So Israel's made them fucking stuck, and now they're bombing them. So they're bombing like fish in a barrel, right? I mean, it's almost like, that's not. I hate that as a cliche, but that's literally what the fuck they're doing. They've caged them in, and they're throwing bombs in the cage. And they've caged them in, and they're not letting any water, food, supplies, building supplies, you know, trucks and shit. They got checkpoints so people can't, the goods can't just flow in and out, sort of like it does with, like, you know, Tennessee and Ohio, or Kentucky, right? Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, West Virginia. So, you know, we have porous borders, which is good for our economy. But because Israel's controlling every fucking thing that's going on in Gaza, having a blockade, no, you know, only a certain amount of food is allowed to go in, a certain amount of electric, a certain amount of building supplies, and then that's it. Then they have to be cut off, and they're not allowed to leave, right? So you're allowed to leave Kentucky. You could drive out of the state if you want. There's actually in our Constitution says you're allowed to leave this country if you want, or this state. So they can't just keep you in a fucking pen. They can't just keep you in a fucking, and that's what they're doing. They've pinned them up. They put a wall around them. They built a wall. They have a blockade. They're not feeding them any fucking food and shit, and now they're bombing the fuck out of them, okay? And that's such bullshit. That's, okay, it's so fucking sick. This is AIPAC. This article was written 2 years ago. So why is Israel, AIPAC, so dangerous? They're in direct opposition to international law. Their call for unconditional support for the Israeli government threatens our national security. It undermines American support for democracy. Movements in the Arab world. AIPAC makes the U.S. a pariah at the United Nations because we fucking defend our... Basically, we have a little Hitler. And little Hitler goes around doing what the fuck they want to do. And because we're Hitler-esque, because we're an empire, we cover their fucking crimes up. We can tend to empathize with their fucking side, no matter how heinous the shit that they do, right? They're killing fucking babies. And what are the Zionists? Everybody who supports and sucking the Zionist dicks, all they're saying is saying, oh, the Hamas is throwing the babies in front of them. They're hiding behind the fucking babies. You're not hiding behind the fucking babies, you fucking lying pieces of shit. You're killing the fucking babies. You're trimming the grass. And you're killing as many fucking Palestinians as you can so the people will blame Hamas and fucking shit on Hamas. That's the intent. That's the fucking operation. That's what the fuck they're doing. And it's bullshit. Trimming the grass, they're people. That's babies. That's not grass. You're not trimming no fucking grass. You're trimming off the heads of babies. And so, you know, they don't hate us for our freedom. That's not why 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened because of the shit that's going on in Palestine. Because we occupy other fucking nations. Because we do bad shit to a lot of fucking people. We have our tentacles all over the world. We bombed a Yemeni wedding. A wedding. We bombed them. The wedding. Why would we, you know what I mean? Like, so AIPAC attacks politicians who question unconditional support. Oh, you don't love Israel? You must be anti-Semitic. AIPAC feeds U.S. government officials a distorted view. AIPAC lobbies for billions of U.S. tax dollars to go to Israel instead of rebuilding America, and money to Israel takes funds from the world. I once heard that actually AIPAC financed 50% of the fucking campaigns. 50% of all the campaigns in America. Like, 50% of the total. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And I don't like Israel, so usually bad information about them is, I just fucking believe. I'm just kidding. Okay, so why is the story about the settling not true? Well, I guess we'll get to all this, right? 12, 13. So when we come back, let's see, I got 3 things lined up here. There's the Gaza war, right, in 2008. Obama just gets in. So actually I was leading to that. I can finish with that. That's what I'll finish with. So Barack Obama, he gets into the office and of the presidency, but Israel says, oh, wait, this is a new president. The new president is going to understand how America has been doing shit for a long ass time. We need to show America what the fuck is up. And so Israel just starts bombing the shit out of, you know, the Palestinians. It began on December 27th, 2008 and ended January 18th, 2009. So that's like 2 days before his fucking inauguration. That's right before Obama got inaugurated. They have a Gaza massacre, Gaza war, Gaza Operation Cast Lead is what the fuck, Cast Lead. Israel's stated goal was to stop rocket fire, weapons smuggling, other shit, right? They just make up shit. Just hey, why'd you kill that person? Well, he had crack, right? Just sprinkle some crack on him. An Israeli ground invasion began on January 3rd. So they're invading. The conflict resulted in between 1,166 and 1,417 Palestinian and 13 Israeli deaths, 4 from friendly fire. So 1 million Palestinians are dead, 2,000. So anytime they, you know, they just send bombs indiscriminately to the fucking area, They say, oh, there might be a militant, just bomb the whole fucking neighborhood. If they get the militant, they say good. If they don't, they say, well, they hid in front of the babies, right? They hid in front of the babies. That's what they did. No, you're not. They're not precision fucking target rockets. Also, war is fucking chaos, right? So you might think it's there. Coordinate might be slightly off. It could be off, right? The bomb might not actually go the direction or go the exact spot that you fucking send it. There's so many, variables that go into something like that. So that happened right before Obama gets in there. So I think the mentality is Obama's a new president. America go in a different direction. So we need to show them what the fuck is up. And they started killing 1,000 Palestinians just so Bush wasn't going to do shit about it. And then what is Obama going to do when he gets to be president? When he was inaugurated, the fucking shit stopped, right? So that should tell you something, because Obama might be fair. He might actually get a two-state solution in there, which would solve it.